Hello, and welcome to the Rapise Quick Start demonstration. This demo will show you how to record a simple web-based test script using Rapise and play back the test script in your choice of web browser. The first thing we're going to do is open up the Rapise application. To do that, click on the Start button and go to Rapise. That will launch the application. Once it's launched, you will see the main window. It says the Start page. This gives quick access to samples and also some of the more commonly used functions. We'll close that right now. The left-hand side will show you your object tree, where you'll see any of the objects you're going to be learning during the test. Also, there are various global objects that are available regardless of what's being tested. These provide general-purpose utility functions, the ability to access data from a spreadsheet, optical character recognition, and tester functions that let you validate data and test the data is as expected. For this demonstration, we're going to be testing this simple web application. This application is hosted by Inspectora at www.libraryinformationsystem.org, and you're more than welcome to use that in your test scripts. So we've clicked on this URL in Internet Explorer to bring up the browser, and the next thing we'll be doing is recording the test. So to start the testing, the first thing what we want to do is create a new test script. So we'll choose the option to create a new test. By default, it will put the test into our My Documents folder under My Rapise Tests. So we'll create a new test called Demo Test 1. And by default, the only objects available in the object tree will be the global functions and global objects, so nothing else. When you create a Rapise test, there are several files to get created. The main JavaScript file that contains all the standard test script functions, and the main test entry point called test. There's the objects file, which is a JavaScript representation of all the objects being learned. Typically, you don't edit that manually. And the user file, where any user-defined functions would exist. You can write utility functions that may be used in your test script. To start recording, the first thing we'll do is click on the Record and Learn option. When we do that, it's going to bring up the Rapise recorder, and that lets you do two things. First thing we'll let you do is choose the application. We're going to choose the Library Information System web page. You can also drag and drop this icon onto the web page to select the application. The other thing we'll select will be the libraries. There are lots of different test libraries that come with Rapise for different technologies. Usually choosing Auto is the best option, as it will automatically detect which library is appropriate for the application. Sometimes, though, you may need to choose a specific library. For example, if you have a web page that also has Java applets, you might need to choose Internet Explorer HTML and Java. Otherwise, it may not recognize the Java applet on the page. We will just choose the automatic option for right now. We'll select. It will now start the recorder. All of our interactions with the web page will now be recorded by Rapise during the testing. So what we're going to do is, first of all, log into the application. As we do that, it's going to record the actions here on the right. We'll click on Login. You'll see it's recorded that quick already. And we'll log in with our username and password. Librarian is the login, and librarian is also the password. We will now click the Login button. You'll notice that all of these operations are being recorded correctly by Rapise in the recorder. We are now in the main menu of the Library Information System, and it shows our username is right here. To verify that the username is correct, we can use the Verify function, which is Control and 1. To do that, I hover the mouse over Librarian, do Control and 1. It's now going to verify that. I can choose which property I want to verify. I'm going to choose the inner text, hit OK, and now it's added the Verify checkpoint in my test script. The next thing I'm going to do is click on the Book Management link, taking me into the page that lists all the books in the library catalog. I'm going to choose the option to create a new book from this page. Okay? And now I'm going to enter in the name of the new book. I'm going to choose some of the options. As you can see, I have now chosen the various properties for this new book. I will now hit the Insert button, and it's now added the book into my list. I again can verify this row has been added by using the verify function. I will again check the inner text. The last thing I will now do is log out. So my test script is self-cleaning and will automatically run itself multiple times. And now hit finish. Okay, now the test script has been recorded, you'll see a few things. In the main test entry point function, you will see a test script recorded. All of my actions will be tested here and listed here. It's also going to be a timestamp when it was recorded. I can remove that. The other thing you'll notice is that we have a list of libraries being loaded. These are all the libraries that this application is loading. It's loading in the main browser library, plus any Ajax or JavaScript frameworks that you think it needs to actually run the test. Now, this website does not actually use any of these, so we can remove those from the list. Yeah, a little bit. If we were using jQuery or if we were using the Yahoo user interface library or other technologies, we might want to keep those in. Okay. So now if we have recorded our script, we can now try to play back. So I'm going to close the browser, and I'm going to hit the play button. I will now run the test in that browser. Visit the web page, and log in. Get the book. Create the book, verify, and log out. And you'll see in the report, I scrolled up, all the operations successful. Great. If you also look in the object tree, you'll notice that we've actually learned some objects. The links, the buttons, the drop-downs, the cells, the links, the text box, all the controls we've interacted with have all been learned to automatically by the application. The next thing we'll do is play back the same test in a different web browser. To do that, there's two ways of doing it. One way would be going in here and change this text to Firefox or Chrome, or more simply, we can go into the settings, scroll up to the settings for the test case, change the test params, and just change the actual browser name right here. Choose Firefox, hit play, and it should now launch the same test case in Firefox. And we could do the same thing in Chrome. So we've now recorded a very simple Rapise test script using the record and playback functions using both Internet Explorer and Firefox. Thank you very much.